Welcome to Where There's a Wheels, There's a Play. My name's Ian, and today I have a top 10 for you. And this is the top 10 games that I play exclusively on BGA or Board Game Arena. Board Game Arena is a site that you can sign up for free and you can get access to a bunch of games. And if you know one person, at least one person with a premium account, you can play every game on there if they invite you to play. So let's get on to the list of my top 10 games that I currently play exclusively on Board Game Arena. My number 10 game that I am really enjoying right now, as of the time of this recording, that I play exclusively on Board Game Arena is Mountain Goats. And Mountain Goats is a game where you roll 4 dice and you are making numbers. Let's see if we can get into a game here. And what you're doing is you're making numbers and then making your way up these mountains. When you get to the top of the mountain, you get a scoring piece from that. So like the 10 would give you a 10-point scoring and the 9 gives you 9. You can see all the 9s and 10s in this game that I'm showing are currently at 0, which means they are all used. There are 6 total of the 10s and the 9s, and you can see over here in the scoring that these people have gained these already. And then these special tokens at the bottom, these special scoring tokens, if you get at least one of each, you get the next highest special scoring token. The game ends when I believe it's 3 of these get to 0, 3 or 4, and or all of these special scoring tokens are taken. If you stay on top, so like this white player is at the top of the 7 column, if they were to get another combo of 7, they can keep getting these 7s. So there's lots of different opportunities to score. It's a really fun game. It's really quick. I do play it asynchronously, but this would be a very quick one to play in real time as well. All right. Oh, so you see, this last 6 was taken. 3 of these are at 0 as we were watching, and the end game was triggered. All right. That is my number 10 favorite game right now that I play on Board Game Arena. It's just a quick, fun one. Lots of fun to play. My number 9 favorite game that I play on Board Game Arena right now is Planet Unknown. Planet Unknown is a polyomino tile laying game. Let's see if we can get into a game that has some progress. Maybe right here. And this game, you are taking one of 2 polyominoes from the Lazy Susan, and each polyomino has multiple different uh, colors on it, and you place them on your scoring mat. And then as you do that, you are also moving up tracks to gain new um, abilities and new things to do. I do really enjoy this one. I'm not sure I've quite wrapped my head around it. I probably need to read the rule book a little bit more. One of my friends that I play quite a bit with taught this to me, and I've played it on and off. I probably just need to play it more. I really do like it. Polyominoes are one of my favorite. Tiling in general is one of my favorite mechanisms. So that is Planet Unknown at number 9. My number 8 favorite game that I currently play on Board Game Arena is Framework. Framework is a tile laying game that you are trying to, let's get into this one right here. You are trying to fulfill these middle tasks. So these things in the middle are your tasks. The outer ones are your frames. So we can see this person is trying to complete all these tasks. This person has already completed this task of 3 yellow or red frames because they have a red frame here and 2 red frames here that are connected. And this one was also 2 red frames, so they've connected this one. Here they're trying to get 5 green, 4 gray, 6 yellow. And so you can see they're kind of working towards that with this one. This one has a lot of those colors in it. And you just want to get all those frames connected continuously in order to score those points. And the first person to get rid of all of their tokens. Oh, I guess I am zoomed in a little too far. You can't see the right side of the screen. Oh, there goes my dog. Something made a noise. So you can see these tokens here. I'm trying to be zoomed in so you can't see the top, but I think I'm zoomed in a little too far, so you might not have been able to see some of the stuff on the last couple. But you can see they've got tokens here on the right side, and that is how you score. So let me zoom out the screen a little bit here so we can get like the whole screen. I was trying to be fancy here and block off the top so you couldn't really see my next tabs, but I guess that's not going to work. Let's see. Oh, and that is, well, in order to fill the screen, I got to do that. So let's just do that. We can move that over some. All right. And my number, what am I up to? That was number 8. Number 7 is a newer one to me as well. And this is Captain Flip. And Captain Flip, you are trying to put um, cards onto a ship, and there are several different ones. Let's see if we can get into a game here. This one looks like it's a little ways done. So they're using this design, and you are putting these ship people, these characters, onto your mat from the bottom up, and each one has a different power. And you can see at the top of each column, they have different things that happen as well. So you can see here, like the cartographer, you take the treasure map and place it on your board. If you have the treasure map at the end of your turn, you get a coin. You get a certain number of coins. You can flip cards around. The interesting thing about this one is that when a tile comes up, you have to decide, are you going to place that tile or are you going to flip it over and place it the other way? Now, this person just placed what is called a gunner. So the gunner is really strong because it gives you 5 coins. But at any time, if you have 3 or more gunners in your board, you lose the game. So this person already has 2 gunners on their board. So they've gained the points for those. So if they get another gunner that is face up, they have to flip it. If they get it, as in this place right now. Oh, no, this is actually this person's turn. So if they don't get another gunner, if another gunner doesn't come up, they are risking the ability to flip it, because if they flip a third gunner and put it in their boat, they are done. Now, this is not the end all for this, because if you were to get, let's see, which one is it? One of these allows you to flip the tiles near you. So the monkey, take 1 coin, then flip an adjacent tile. So if they could get a monkey in here somewhere above one of these gunners, they could actually flip this gunner over. They've already gotten the coins, but they would be able to flip it over and only have 1 gunner on their mat. So this is a really fun game. I've played this real time on Wednesday night board game arena night, and I've played this asynchronously with a few people as well. So that is Captain Flip. Really fun game. The game trigger ends, I believe it is when the one person has 3 um, columns completely filled. So that is Captain Flip. My number 6 favorite game that I currently play on Board Game Arena is Super Mega Lucky Box. This is a really fun roll and right, flip and right game. Oops, that's not what I want to do. I want to go into a game. I didn't want to start one. So let's go into one. This one has some decent stuff going on. So in the first round, you pick 3 of these boxes. You're flipping 10 cards, and then you are placing numbers, and you are placing them on your boxes somewhere. When you complete a row or a column, you get the bonuses at the end. So you see this person has a flashing symbol here. They might be using one of these lightning bolts to manipulate the 7 into a 6. I'm not sure why. Um, there we go. And then they were able to create a number. So they manipulate these lightning bolts, allow you to manipulate your numbers by 1 up or down. I guess we were just delayed there. So they made that 7 into a 6. They got a mystery number, and they were able to get this 8, and they were able to get that lightning bolt right back. You also have these these pink stars, which depending on the end of the how many you get each round, you score 1, 4, or 9 points on those each round. I'm going to make myself a little smaller because you can't see the scoring on that. We're going to move. Let's see here. Let's move me here. There we go. They just completed a card. So you can see the scoring. So you get 1, 4, or 9 points. Whoever has the most moons gets 6 points at the end of the game. Whoever has the least loses 6 points. When you fill a complete box, you earn points depending on what round it is in, and it goes down into your thing. So that is Super Mega Lucky Box. My number 5 favorite game that I am currently playing on Board Game Arena quite a bit is called Forever Home. I've played this quite a bit with Paul from Dads and Dice. And this is a dice rolling and placement game. Let's see if we can let's get into this game. And so in Forever Home, you are trying to rehome dogs. And you roll to start the game, you roll 2 different you pick dice and you place them on your board, and you can see all these need cert all these uh, on your turn. You get to take either dogs or cards, or you can fill cards. You notice on the cards, each one of them has a certain requirement as to what it needs. So if let's see if it'll show up for me. So on this one, I need three of the same type of dog in that orientation. And then when I fill it, I need to rehome two of them and I get 1 point. So you are putting these dice onto your grid. Not sure what those arrows are because I've never seen that when I actually play. I wonder if because I'm in here, maybe it's showing something. I don't know what those arrows are, honestly. Um, and then you have some different scoring. So you might want the most specific type of dog and you get points. Or you get the most of a specific dog rehomed awards here, or you get the different homes awards. And then you also have a specific scoring for the city, the suburbs, the countryside, and foster homes. And depending on how many different, and there's different ones that come up, so you have different scoring patterns. So you are simply trying to make the patterns with different colored dice and keep some on your mat, rehome some, and score different points. So that is Forever Home, my current number 5 favorite. Now, I will say the next two on my list, there is a huge caveat with these because neither of these will appear on a list the next time I make this list because my number 4, I actually now I purchased the physical copy and it will make it to the table next month. Um, and my number 3, I just got in yesterday with my Kickstarter. So my number 4 favorite game that I currently play exclusively on Board Gamery is Draftosaurus. And in Draftosaurus, you are drafting dinosaurs. Let's get into this game. And let's see, they are playing on the summer. And when you draft them, you have to place them in one of these different enclosures. Whoever the active player is rolls a dice. They do not have to follow rules, but other people have to follow rules. So the dice may roll and it may say it needs to be on this side of the board, or it might need to be in the forest, or it might need to be in the bottom part here. I love this game. It is really fun. Each one of the enclosures has different scoring rules. So you can see this enclosure in the upper left has to have all of the same dinosaur. The enclosure below it needs to have just 3 dinosaurs. The enclosure at the bottom left needs to have 2 of the exact same dinosaur. Every time you have 2 of the exact same dinosaur, you get 5 points. The one over on the bottom right has to be a lonely dinosaur, which means it can be the only one in your pen, which means this one is not going to score on the right there. The one in the middle on the right, you need different dinosaurs, so you can't have the same dinosaur. And the one in the upper right, you score 1 for each dinosaur in, I think it's the person to your right, um, in somebody else's mat. And then you do get 1 point for every Tyrannosaurus Rex in your dinosaur in your park. And then they do have the winter side, which has different scoring. And then they also have recently added both the aerial and marine expansions, which are a lot of fun. So that is Draftosaurus. And like I said, I recently purchased this, so this one will not be on this sort of list the next time I do this. My number 3 is another one that will not appear on this list the next time I do this, and that is because my Kickstarter version of this just arrived yesterday, and so it will get played on the tabletop, and that is River Valley Glassworks. I've played quite a bit of River Valley Glassworks in the last several months since it showed up on there. Sorry, my printer is making noises behind me. It's trying to print something. Let me turn it off. There's no paper in it. It's trying to print something. I'm not sure what it's trying to print. But let's get into a game here. And let's check out River Valley Glassworks. So in River Valley Glassworks, you are placing these glass tiles onto the river based on their shape. Then you are taking um, pieces off. So like if I were to place this heart here, I could either take this or this. And then you are taking them and you are placing them on your personal mat based on the color. You get points based on your rows that you have filled. Plus, you get points based on the 2 highest columns. It sounds easy, but it is not. There is a lot to think about in here. There's a lot of different strategies because also The white and purple color are the most common, and the yellow and orange are the most rare. So you want to try and get those. You can you want to try and get those early because these first two columns are not worth as much as the last columns. If you can fill these last columns, you get a lot more points every one you go up. So you want to try and get the easier colors here to get as high as you can. The end game triggers, I don't remember exactly. I think it's like when someone places their 15th or 18th uh, piece of glass, and then you just play out of your hand. So once you run out of hands, or once you run out of pieces here, or you get down low enough, you can take pieces from the river. You have to take 4. So you can only hold 5. So if you've got more than one in your hand, you're going to end up putting one up here in the overflow, and you lose one. You lose points for each piece that's in the overflow. I think it's like 3 pieces for each one, or 3 points for each one in the overflow or something. Can't tell this is 3 or 5. I don't remember. It has been a little bit since I've played a game of this, but it is one of my favorites to play. Um, and also, there are 8 colors, but there's only 7 spaces. And if you play with more than 4 people, I think it is, there is with 5 people, there is a ninth color. You can only place 7 of them on your board. So if you have to take one that you can't place, because each column can only hold one color, you do have to put it into your overflow. That is River Valley Glassworks at my number 3. My number 2 favorite one to play, I've played quite a bit with my friend Jeff on here, and that is Sky Team. Sky Team is just a wonderful 2-player game. We've played in real time quite a bit through Discord, but we have also played a couple of games a little bit asynchronously. So in Sky Team, you and your partner are rolling dice, 4 dice, and you have to place them on your board here. And on your board, you have let me make this a little bigger, which I think might help on my other screen as well. There we go. And you have to do lots of different things. You have to keep your plane level at the end. You have to get rid of planes that are in your way. Each round you move closer to the airport. You have to check your engines. You have to put the wheels down. The co-pilot has to put the flaps on. You play 1 dice at a time. If you can't place one, you also have to make sure your brakes are high enough. If you can't place one, then you can always place it down here, and you can get coffee, which allows you to manipulate numbers. Just a really fun 2-player game overall. Like I said, one of my favorite games to play on Board Game Arena. That is Sky Team. And that brings me to my number 1 favorite game that I play exclusively on Board Game Arena, and that is Far Away. The first time I played this game on a Wednesday game night, I could not wrap my head around it. And then something clicked and it made a lot of sense to me. I think I actually went on like a 5-game win streak against a lot of different people in this game. Um, and then I think I lost a couple, and then I think I won some. But this game is really interesting because what you do is you play cards from left to right. But then when you go to score them, you score from right to left. So you're going to end up with 2 rows of 4, and the first one you're going to score is the bottom right. And that bottom right card, you have to, some of them will just score points. Some of them you need to have certain relics. And I wish you could see my cursor as I'm doing this, but you can see on like this number 67 card, this one that is a 67 in the top left, this green one. There are 4 little relics that are um, like 2 devil ones and 2 like zombie ones. I don't know what they are. And in order to score that, on flipped cards or these cards up above, the square cards, these little rectangular ones, you need to have all of those requirements. So you need to have those requirements in order to play, or in order for this card to score. So you can see this person just played a 16 that has a red in the upper right hand corner. It looks like it's an Okiko Kimura icon. Okay, so they score. So they have 2 of those. They also have one of those green looking guys up in their sanctuary up above. So they can get one more of the green ones. This card in the upper right here, this number 67 card, will score. You get sanctuaries when you play a card that is higher than the previous card. So you see, they just got a Sanctuary that has another one of those green characters. That that means that number 67 card is going to get them 19 fame at the end of their game because they will have two of those red Okiko Chimera cards, and they have two of whatever those green ones are. Let's see if anybody has green scoring. Nope, they don't. So I don't know. I don't know what those are called, but they will get that. You can score on those. You can score on if a card is a nighttime or a daytime card. You can see like the sun or the moon. It's light or dark, or depending on how many cards you have. But you only score if when you flip that card, you have the requirements ahead of time. So you flip all 8 of your cards that are in your hand upside down, and then you reveal them one at a time from the bottom right all the way to the bottom left, and then the top right to the top left. You only score if you have those requirements already in place. All right, so there is. Let's do this and let's get myself big here. All right, there were my top 10 games that I currently play exclusively on BGA. If you are interested in playing any games with me, hit me up. My username is WiscoWills, WIS.co.WILZ. Let me put that on here. Let me know what your username is on YouTube, and we can play some games together. Also, let me know what your favorite games that you play exclusively on BGA are, or just overall. Um, Let me get my username here so you guys can see it. All right, let's get that a little smaller here. Let's move it down over here. So there you go. There's my username if you want to add me, and let me know who you are on YouTube. Once again, let me know what some of your favorite games that you play exclusively on BGA are, or just on BGA in general. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button up above so you can see more. And if you want to see the rest of my top 10s, please follow that link up above. Once again, this has been Where There's a Wills, There's a Play. My name's Ian, and I'll see you next time at the table.